friends, my name is Leanne and I'm mad for Pandora. Welcome back to another video. Today I would like to share my updated Fairytale bracelet with you. Now I really do love this bracelet and I know that other lovers of two-tone would love all these pieces too. Now most of it is just a reshuffle, but I did add the beautiful Fairytale castle to it as well that I had. So I will just take you over it, I won't spend too much time. Now the bracelet that I'm using is this beautiful gold clasp. It's a two-tone bracelet, so 14 karat gold with just silver, and it's a size 18. And I did change the safety chain because I found that the one with the heart with the little crowns, even though it looked beautiful, it just seemed to not be comfortable on this bracelet because the bracelet is so full. So I did swap this over for a different bracelet. So this is a really nice safety chain, very comfortable. So it's just called the two-tone heart safety chain. Now the first one I've got here is the beautiful Carousel. Now it is a two-tone because it's got this tiny little bit of gold on top. But it's got so much detail, it's absolutely beautiful, this one. So it just says go round, merry-go-round. Yeah, merry-go-round. It's got a little heart. And then it's pretty much the same on both sides, I believe. So it is really, really lovely. And it's just called Carousel. I like this little detail across the bottom. I know they did bring out a Disney version of this as well. It's got little hearts across the top. And then I have the beautiful two-tone Dragonfly. Now this one is well sought after by collectors and it still sells for a very, very high price. Of course I didn't pay anything like that for mine. I actually bought it when it retired for half the price. But it is very, very beautiful. The dragonflies just give such a lot of detail. It's a very small charm though. And then my newly added charm, which I did have for a long time and I did buy it new when it retired, but I hadn't added it to this bracelet. I had another bracelet in mind and I never actually finished it. So I decided I should be using such a beautiful charm. It did take me a while to work out where to put it. I did try and put it at the front, but it just didn't seem right to me. So this one's just called Happily Ever After Charm. And it's just got a little pink stone in a beautiful gold crown at the bottom. And then I sort of was trying to work out which was the front door, which was the back door, but apparently this is the front. So I always have the front facing me. And it's just got lots of detail. It's got the little beading around the door. And it's got the little flags. I just love all the details of this one. And apparently the back door is this one. If you know any differently to that, you can let me know in the comments. Yeah, it's a bit unusual how they've done the doors. And then the next one that I have is Life's Path. Now this one's got diamonds in it. It's 0.03 carats. And I love the oxidized detail. Now this one's a little bit different to the actual ring. This has just got the grooves with the oxidized detail. It doesn't have the cutouts like the ring. And even the necklace and stuff, they've all got the cutout details. And that's the jewelry I usually wear with this bracelet. So then I have this beautiful nymph, and it is just beautiful. So much detail, little gold heart. And it doesn't have much of a facial expression or anything. And then we have the beautiful wings. But yeah, it has a fair bit of detail on it. And then I have the two matching clips that I bought pre-loved quite a while ago. I got them for a really, really good price. They're in really good condition. So these are just called the 14 karat gold whisper clips, and I just love them on this Fairytale bracelet because they have that little beveled edge and it just goes so well. Now I do have another little fairy. This one's just called Two-Tone Fairy Dangle. She also has a little gold heart. And she's really cute. Little wings. Interesting shape bail, this one. This one's the same as the blue topaz one that I have. But there's not many charms that came out with that I know of. And then got the details of her wings on the back. And then we have two of the flow spaces. So there's very few two-tone Pandora spaces. So I'm very fortunate to have these. So they've got a decent amount of gold around them. They're not a real showy charm, but just having that bit of gold just helps it to really go with this bracelet. And because they're not super big and chunky, I can fit them in the little gap. And then this is one of my favorite of the newer two-tone charms that Pandora brought out. I really, really love these. So this one's just called the Regal Crown. The flow spacer also is called Seattle Spacer. I know especially people in America and stuff, that's what it was called over there. Yeah, so this one here is just beautiful. It's just got so much detail. I love the carving on the gold and the tiny little bit of beaded sort of work. It's just beautiful. Pandora did a fantastic job of this charm. And it's got the little tag that says gold on the bottom. And it sits lovely on a bracelet. Most of the time it just sort of sits with the top bit of the crown facing you, and it's just really, really pretty. And this dangle in the middle is just called Key to My Heart. And I've had this one for a very long time. I think I got this one when I retired as well. Just got the gold key. There was a version with a silver key. Yeah, it fits really nicely in the middle there. I've had it designed like that for a very long time. And then I've got my little carriage. Now this is the one with the little pearl on top. And again, I bought this one at retired. It's one of those charms. I don't know why it took so long to get it actually. It's like a little pumpkin. Has the little girl in there, or the princess, I should say. Yeah, it's a really, really nice charm. And then I decided to put the dragon on this bracelet because what's a Fairytale bracelet without a dragon? Now he's not two-tone. I know there's one with two-tone, but the dragon's all gold and the silver's the top bit, but I don't think it would look good if I had one big slab of gold at the bottom. So I decided I would look away and not realize or not notice that it wasn't two-tone, but I think it looks great there, and it's a really good balance for the fairy as far as size and shape and length and everything. I don't really like when I do dangles at the front and one's really long and one's really short, so I thought they complemented each other quite well. It was part of the Zodiac collection, and so they brought out a whole bunch of animals. I would like to get a few more of that collection just because it was so well made. Yeah, it is really cute, and it's just fairly plain on the back. And then I have the Fairytale fish. Now this was a Russian exclusive, and I did manage to get it off Rulala, and it's got quite a decent sized gold crown actually. It's quite comfortable, this one, even though it probably doesn't look like it is, depending on how you put it. And I just find that if I have it this way beside the clip, it sort of clears the clip so it's not scratching on it. And it sort of sits quite well against your arm. There's a lot of detail in this charm. And this one here is just called Florentine, and it's just a lovely, lovely, beautiful old two-tone charm. Like the detail and the texture. If I had two of these, I would do a lot more with it, just based on the fact that, I don't know, it's just so small, it's hard to balance it with other things, but I thought it sort of snugs in there quite well beside the fish. Because part of designing a bracelet is making sure that your charms aren't rubbing. You certainly don't want to put things too closely together so the point that they can't spin on their own. And I mean, this bracelet does look reasonably tight, I guess, not a lot of movement between the charms, but when it's on, it's fine. It's all to do with the shape. And also my safety chain has wound itself up a bit. There we go. Sometimes that can happen. See, plenty of room in there. And of course we have the beautiful Songbird, and it's just a gorgeous charm. I believe this one came from Rulala as well. I must have got quite a lot of my two-tones from there after they'd retired in Australia. So you've got the little gold bird. I didn't add that to my other bracelets, got a lot of birds. Just based on the fact that this is a two-tone, it's very fairy tale like. And it's just plain on the bottom. I do wish they'd kind of put a bird in both sides, or at least the back of the bird, but it doesn't really matter. It's a very, very beautiful charm. So some people call this Songbird. I think our book's just called it Two-Tone Birdcage. And then I do have this beautiful Tree of Life charm. And it's another one. If you had two of them, you'd probably do more with it. It's just so detailed and so beautiful, but so simple at the same time. And you can't just have feature charms, I don't think, on a bracelet like this. You do need something sort of in between, otherwise it's hard to know what you're really looking at, or have charms that are weird shapes be able to still move. So I love putting these little round ones in between the ones that are more of a feature. And then on the end here, and he's a little bit of a difficult one to find comfortable on your arm, but he's pretty comfortable here. So this is just the two-tone frog prince, and he's gorgeous. When you say he's beautiful, he's the original version. And they did do a second version, but it was more comical looking. And I just love this one. It's got so much detail, so much texture. I love the flowers on the back. Yeah, it's really, really lovely charm. The way he sits like that. And again, another beautiful gold crown. So I do have a few that have got the gold crown. Of course I have the carriage, and then I have the fish and the frog. I did try and balance it out, and I was originally going to try and move the carriage and the castle around, but I just could not get that to work right. So I went back to my original, having the carriage at the front, and I just love how that sits on my arm. So I'll pop it on for you. Okay, so as you can see, I've sort of used the shape of this one and the shape of that, so they're not rubbing against each other, because I would hate anything to happen to my beautiful dragonfly. And then I have the beautiful castle. So it looks really good on the side of my wrist, I think. And then I really wanted to put this on the side I could see. So I managed to make that work because it was under my wrist and I couldn't see it. And considering the fact that I wear the matching set, my necklace and earrings and stuff, and the ring and everything, I did definitely want to have this as more of a feature. So I managed to put it on this side. And then I have the beautiful fairy, and the other little fairy dangles are down on this one. This one, it doesn't matter where it goes. That's what's so good about it. And then this one usually, these two usually just sit like that, which I quite like. But of course you can turn it on its side. But that's why I sort of went back to this design, because they're about the same height and about the same width. And little dragon, and this is how the little fish sits, which I really love. And of course I can't really turn my wrist around. Oh, I can turn the bracelet, there we go. It's a little bit looser, this one. Okay, so we have the frog just sitting there. Yeah, so I quite like how it all sits now. Very, very comfortable. And it's one of my favorites as far as how many two-tones, how much old beautiful pieces, but there are a couple of new ones, so that's also really nice. Just gorgeous. And I just got a very simple stack. That's all I've put on today, just a quick little throw together. But yeah, I love all these rings, of course. Anyway, I hope you enjoy watching my updated Fairytale bracelet. Just a few changes, but yeah, they really work, I think, and definitely makes it more comfortable. And until next time, take care.